Hi guys, welcome back, and today I'm gonna show you how to sew the bow jacket. This is my brand new PDF sewing pattern that you can get on my Etsy shop. If you want to check it out, I'll put the link in the description box. The jacket comes with a bow on the back. If you want to leave it out, you totally can. It's really optional to leave it out. And if you're gonna download the pattern, it comes with all the instructions and all the information you'll need to complete the garment. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna measure the square. This one needs to be 5 by 5 centimeters. And then we're gonna tape the pages together. You do this by lining up the edges of the paper and just taping them together. You don't have to cut anything off the papers. There are a couple places where you need to give a little notch. This is so you can later on really know where to fold it or where to connect the pieces of pattern together. Now we're going to attach the interfacing to the fabric. I do this by pressing the iron and letting it warm up until it's really stuck on there. Now I'm going to fold the front piece. I do this by folding it on the notches. This is about 3 centimeters, and then I'm gonna iron it and fold it again 3 centimeters, but you can also just completely follow the notches because that's why you put them there. You're going to do this by both sides. Now we're going to attach the back piece together. And after you sewed it, you're gonna press everything down. You do this almost after every step. You need to press everything down. And when you're done with that, you're gonna attach the shoulder seams together and also the side seams. So you see me sewing the shoulder seams, then press them, and then you're gonna see me sewing the side seams and then also press them. Now we're going to sew the sleeves together, but leave that little gap open where there's extra fabric because that will be the split of the sleeve. When you're done sewing everything together, you're gonna give everything a really good press, and now you can see really good what I left open, and you're gonna iron it like this. Okay, now we're going to attach the sleeve. make sure the split of the sleeve is on the back side, and then you're gonna line up the side seams with the side seams of the garment and the top notch on the shoulder seam. And then you're gonna fold it over the jacket. You're gonna fold the sleeve over the jacket. You can see in a little bit what I mean. And then you're gonna pin it and sew it. Make sure you don't have any pleats, but if you do, you can also just seam rip that part out and sew it again, so it's really flat. When you sewed it, you're gonna check if all the seams line up nicely, and you can also check for pleats, and if you have any, you can seam rip that part out and do it again so you don't have any pleats. Now we're going to sew the collar. You do this by putting right sides on each other and then sewing it and then turning it inside out and iron it flat. Here I'm cutting off the corners. I do this because when you turn it right sides out, you get clean corners. Now you're done with the outside fabric and we're moving on to the lining. With the lining pieces, a lot of the steps are the same. You see me here connecting the back pieces together and then sewing it and ironing it flat. Now I'm connecting the shoulder seams and the side seams. of the lining pieces, and when I sewed it, I'm also gonna iron it flat. When you're going to attach the sleeve, it's likely that the sleeve pattern is a little bit wider or bigger than the armhole. You fix this by just pinning the side seams of the sleeve pattern and the side seam of the garment together, and the excess fabric you're gonna make a pleat on the shoulder seam. So you see me, so what I'm doing here is the extra fabric I'm gonna fold together and I'm gonna align that with the shoulder seam. And now you also have your lining piece done. Okay, now we're going to make the bow for the back. You see me starting here with the bow itself, so I'm gonna place them right sides together and then sew it along the sides I'm pinning. And later I'm gonna turn this inside out and iron it flat. Okay, with the little bow thingy we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna place them right sides together and then sewing the long sides to each other and then turning it inside out and ironing it flat. I'm gonna sew the bow flat. So this is gonna be the bow and I'm gonna sew this part together. You can also serge it or overlock it or just use a zigzag stitch. Now you're gonna grab the little bow thing and you're gonna fold it around the bow and then sew it shut. This can be a little bit tight, so pin it really good and take your time by sewing it, so you don't get the bow part caught. Now I'm gonna turn the bow thingy around so the seam is on the inside and it doesn't show, and I'm gonna position it on the right place, and I'm gonna position the bow as well how I like it. Now we're going to make the bow straps. We're gonna make 2 of them. You're gonna place them right sides together and then sew it alongside where I've pinned them, and then you're gonna cut off the corners so you get clean corners, and then turn them right sides out and iron them flat. Okay, now we're going to make the pleats in the bow strap. I already did one and I'm gonna copy it to make the other one the exact same. I did this one by placing my jacket on a mannequin and just putting the bow strap and just seeing what I liked and what length I liked. I suggest you also do this and then just copying it to the other one. And when you're satisfied with the pleats, you're gonna iron it really flat so it holds its position a bit. Okay, this is the back piece of the jacket, and I'm gonna measure the middle of the seam I made in the back piece, and that is gonna be my point where I'm gonna connect the bow straps from. Okay, you can position the bow straps however you like. What I did is from the middle point I measured 1 centimeter down, and that's how I'm gonna sew it. So I'm placing it like this, so when I sew it I can fold it over and it's really, you can see no seam. So I'm pinning it and then I'm gonna sew it like that. So the bow strap with this jacket is a little bit diagonally placed. When you sewed it, you're gonna iron it flat so it lays really flat against the jacket. Okay, so now you have two options. Option 1 is you can sew the pleats together on the strap, but you don't attach it to the jacket, so it just falls really nicely, but it'll hold its shape because the pleats are sewn into it. That's option 1. Option 2 I'm going to show you right now. That's we're going to sew the pleats into the jacket. So I'm going to sew it onto the jacket like I'm doing right here. I'm folding the pleat over, and that part where I put my pin I'm going to sew. And that way it's blind, but it's still attached to the jacket. Okay, now the pleats are attached, and now I'm gonna attach the bow. I do this with a needle and thread with hand because I just think it's easier to find the right placement. So you're gonna put it on a mannequin again and see how you like it, and then just sew it by hand onto the jacket. Now we're going to make the pockets. I put interfacing on them because I just like the way that it looks a little bit firmer. And I do recommend you serge or zigzag the edges before you are going to do the next step, which is folding all of the edges 1 centimeter inwards, like I'm doing right here. Now you're going to sew one line along the top side of the pocket. Now we're going to attach the pocket to the jacket itself. I do this 4 centimeters from the side seam and 9 centimeters from the bottom. When you put the pins in it, you're gonna sew it as close on the edge as possible, and later on you can add a button if you like that. But this button is gonna be only for the looks of it. Okay, now we are going to attach the lining to the outside fabric. I do this by lining up the shoulder seams and the rest of the fabric by putting pins in them, and then I'm gonna attach the collar. Okay, and here you see me folding the front piece back, putting the lining in, and then folding the front piece back over it, so it's sandwiched in between the front piece. And here you see me doing the rest of the front piece. I'm gonna sandwich the lining in between them, so it has a really nice, clean, finished look. Now I'm going to attach the collar to the jacket itself. The important part is you only grab one side of the collar. So you're gonna grab one side, the side with the interfacing part, and this is the side you're going to attach to the jacket itself and the lining, like you see me doing right here. I'm pinning only one side of the collar. And when you've pinned it, you're gonna sew it at 1 centimeter, but take your time for this because at the corners or the edges it's gonna be a little bit thicker because there's more material to it. So take your time, and it's important you only grab the layer of the interfacing. So with the edges you're gonna pull the other part out so you get really clean sew. Okay, now that you sewed it, you're gonna fold the other part of the collar about 1 centimeter in and place it with pins on the lining, like you see me doing right here. And you're gonna finish this later with hand sewing. Okay, now we're going to finish off the sleeves. I do this by making it easier for myself, by folding the lining part 1 centimeter in and then pinning it shut. I do this by both times of the split. And now I'm going to grab in between the lining part and the outside fabric part and grabbing that part that I just pinned and pulling it through the jacket. And because you just put pins in it, you know exactly what to sew shut. So I'm pulling the pins out and placing them on the right side, like you see me doing right here, and then that part I'm going to sew. so now the split is finished, but you still have to finish the sleeve itself. So you're going to put the seams on each other and put there a pin, and then you're gonna fold the, in this case, brown fabric around the lining piece. You're gonna see me doing this in a little bit, and then you're gonna sew it shut. So here you can clearly see that there's a lot of brown fabric, and I'm gonna fold it like this, so it lays really nice and flat against the lining fabric. Okay, and here you see me doing it again. So once again you're gonna put the side seams of the sleeve together, and then you're gonna roll the brown fabric around the lining so it lays really nice and flat against each other, and then you're gonna sew it shut. When you sewed it, you're gonna pull it through the jacket again, and then it's right side out. You do have to pull the corners out a little bit when you turn it right side out, but now you can see that everything has a really clean finish. And now you're going to give everything a really good press so it lays nice and flat. Now we're going to hem the jacket. I do this by folding the bottom 4 centimeters in. And here you see me pinning the side seams of the lining to the side seams of the jacket, because that gives me a little bit of a guideline when I pull it inside out, so I know which part goes on which part. And here you see me pinning everything to each other, so the side seams on the side seams and the rest on the rest. I do recommend that when you have pinned everything, you turn it the right side out once again, so you can see that everything lays really nice and flat like you see me doing here. And when you see that everything is good, then you can sew it at 1 centimeter seam allowance. When you sewed it and you turned it right side out, you can see here that the lining has an overlap of about 2 centimeters, but you can also see that the lining and the outside fabric is still loose from each other, like I'm showing you right here. You can fix this by doing a stitch in the ditch on the 2 side seams, about 3 centimeters, like I'm showing you right here. So I'm putting a pin in, and then I'm gonna stitch in the ditch about 3 centimeters. Okay, now we're going to sew the front piece to the lining, but here in the corner it has a little bit of a bulge, so you can cut off a piece of fabric, but check really good at what you can cut off and what you can't, because otherwise you're gonna see it. And when everything is pinned, you can hand sew it together. Okay, so now we're going to make the buttonholes. I measured and put 11 centimeters in between each buttonhole, and I put it half a centimeter from the center front. On every sewing machine it works a little bit different on how to do a buttonhole, but in the instructions of your sewing machine it's really well explained on how to do it. And now I'm going to seam rip every buttonhole open, but a little tip is to put a pin in the end of the buttonhole so you can't seam rip it too far. And now you're going to put center front on center front and putting pins in the buttonholes so you know exactly where to attach the buttons. You can attach the buttons by hand, but you also can do it by using a zigzag stitch if the button has two holes. This way it gets really strong. But if you are using a zigzag stitch, make sure you put the sewing machine settings so that the zigzag stitch is zigzagging on the same place, so that it doesn't move forward or backward.
Thank you so much for sewing along with me today. I hope you guys loved making the bow jacket as much as I did. I would love to see all the creations you guys make, so please tag me in them. And if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to send me a message on either one of those platforms and I'll try to help you as best as I can. And this was the tutorial. So see you next time.